Presiden RI Prabowo Subianto melakukan pertemuan bilateral dengan Sekjen PBB Guiteres di Rio de Janeiro, Brasil, pada Minggu, 17 November 2024, waktu setempat. Pertemuan ini berlangsung di sela-sela kunjungan Presiden Prabowo untuk menghadiri konferensi tingkat tinggi G20 di Brasil. Dalam pertemuan ini, Prabowo menyampaikan apresiasi atas dedikasi Guterres dalam mendukung perdamaian dan keadilan internasional. Turut mendampingi Presiden Prabowo dalam pertemuan ini adalah Menteri Koordinator Bidang Perekonomian Airlangga Hartarto, Menteri Luar Negeri Sugiono, Sekretaris Kabinet Teddy Indrawijaya, Wakil Menteri Keuangan Thomas Jiwandono, dan Dubes RI untuk Brasil Edi Yusuf.
So I really appreciate this meeting. We really appreciate, respect, and support your consistent stand to uphold international peace, international justice, international law. This is really uplifting for us that you are consistent in this, and for us, your stand on many of the issues of concern in this present situation, especially the issue of food security, poverty, the issue of human rights violations, violations of international law, especially in Palestine. And we reaffirm Indonesia's commitment to support all United Nations efforts, and we are willing to support. For instance, we are on record as saying that we will support peacekeeping forces in the event there's a possibility of ceasefire and the need for internationally mandated peacekeeping forces. We are ready to provide the forces. So I also thank you for your letter of the issues that you want to discuss. As you know, in the issue of global climate change, we are very committed. We are very ambitious. I plan in my new administration to go completely 100% renewable and green, and we hope that we can achieve this within 10 years, but on several issues we can go faster. For instance, we have already developed the technology to make diesel oil from plants, from palm oil, diesel oil. And we are also now developing to produce gasoline from palm oil, but the economic cost is still not attractive. So we have to find a new, better procedures. But we hope maybe in 2-3 years we can get an economically attractive to get gasoline from plants. And renewables, we have a lot of geothermal. I think Indonesia is very blessed. We are the largest reserves of geothermal energy in the world. I think about 60% of geothermal energy is in Indonesia. We have also, of course, abundant solar energy. Solar energy, I think the photovoltaic panels and electricity from solar energy is very attractive because we are very dispersed. We have a lot of
Prabowo
islands,
juga menegaskan komitmen Indonesia dalam mendukung upaya PBB, termasuk dalam isu-isu seperti keamanan pangan, pengentasan kemiskinan, pelanggaran hak asasi manusia, serta krisis di Palestina. Kami sangat mengapresiasi, menghormati, dan mendukung sikap konsisten Anda dalam menegakkan perdamaian internasional, keadilan, dan hukum internasional. Sikap ini sangat menginspirasi kami karena Anda konsisten dalam hal ini, ujar Prabowo.
For international peace and international law, and we hope if we can support you in more ways, we are very willing to do so. Thank you very much, Secretary General.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, I want first of all to say that Indonesia is for us an extremely strategic, valuable partner. We see eye to eye with Indonesia in relation to the crucial aspects that we face in today's world. Indonesia was very active in the Summit of the Future, and in the recognition that we live with multilateral institutions that correspond to the world of 1945, when Indonesia was not yet independent, and when many other countries were not yet independent. And so, at the level of the Security Council and at the level of the international financial institutions, they still correspond to a world that no longer exists. And we need to adapt them on the name of justice, on the name of equity, in order to correspond to the present economy and to the present geopolitical situation. And that means that the role of countries like Indonesia, that is emerging as an extremely important international partner, is for us vital in our efforts to bring more justice, more equity, and more capacity of the international system to support developing countries that still are the victims of an unjust, unfair, and outdated system that has led many of them to be drowning in debt, many of them not to have the resources necessary to achieve the sustainable development goals, many of them not having the resources to
Ia
protect their
menyatakan
own
kesiapan
populations
Indonesia untuk
against the impacts of
berkontribusi,
climate change.
termasuk melalui
And so
pengiriman
there is
pasukan
a
penjaga
reform
perdamaian
of the
jika
Security
dibutuhkan.
Council and the reform of
Sementara itu,
international financial
Sekjen
institutions in
PBB
which we see
Antonio
eye to
Guterres
eye with
dalam
Indonesia.
tanggapannya
Indonesia has
memuji
played
peran
a very
strategis
important role
Indonesia
in the
dalam
Summit of the
kerjasama
Future, and we want to
internasional.
go on working closely with
Guterres
Indonesia.
menganggap Indonesia sebagai mitra yang sangat penting bagi PBB. Kami sepakat dengan Indonesia dalam kaitannya dengan aspek-aspek penting yang kita hadapi di dunia saat ini, diucap Guterres. Guterres juga menyoroti kontribusi aktif Indonesia dalam kerja sama ASEAN PBB dan peran pentingnya dalam menyikapi situasi di Myanmar serta kawasan Timur Tengah. Ia menyatakan kesiapan PBB untuk mempererat kerjasama dengan Indonesia dalam mewujudkan reformasi Dewan Keamanan PBB dan institusi keuangan internasional demi mencapai keadilan global. Indonesia telah memainkan peran yang sangat penting dalam KTT mendatang dan kami ingin terus bekerja sama dengan Indonesia dalam persiapan reformasi di masa mendatang. Ditutur Guterres.
Don't wanna open up my eyes when it's